Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Andy, you needed a safe word for Whitney. You were so concerned about your ears sitting in between Angie and Lisa, Oprah and Bezos. Baby, you need Alibaba on for the end of that couch. All that hollering and yelling Whitney was doing trying to talk to Lisa. You can't reason with Lisa. She's unreasonable. You gonna you gonna bust a vocal cord trying to get her to understand. She's not. She's just not. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade. Thanks for joining me. I review your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and ha ha and get into the last part of the reunion. It's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's season 5, episode 19, reunion part 3. We like the title because that's what it should be called. This was a stellar season. Reunion part 2 and 3 were great. But besties, tell me how you rate part 3. Let me know. Drop down the comments. Let me know. And please do not forget to like this video. It is easy and it is a great way to support my channel. And it's free. Like the video. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And please make sure your notification bell is on so that you know when I post my content. Now, child, here come Brittany. She joins the stage. No grand entrance, no introduction, no nothing. She's like, I don't get to have a grand entrance. Production said, no, now sit down. We tired. We ready to go. Come on, girl, sit your butt down. So remember when they arrived to the reunion, Brittany and Angie, they both had the same dress. And Brittany told Angie, go ahead and wear your dress. I'll get another one, which was great for her because she's a friend of. You don't have no rank. That was great. So she came out in this sequence, sorry, y'all don't know me that well. It's called, the word is sequence, okay? I say sequence because I don't like it. I like glitter, but I don't like sequins. I cannot stand it. It just reminds me of an old woman that likes to go to Reno and gamble. She's going to have a matching jacket, the hat, the shoes, the purse, the belt, the sunglasses. Just too much, okay? But for those that like sequins, no big deal. I just don't. But where are my people at that don't like it? Where are my people? I know I got a tribe of folks that just don't like it. Oh my goodness. It just reminds me of a disco ball. It just reminds me of old people because they overwear it. So anyway, back to this. So Brittany is looking like a hostess at a casino in Vegas, or a cocktail hostess, matter of fact. But it's cute nonetheless. She looks great. But back to the dress. Angie looked better in the dress to me. She just looked better. That kind of dress, you can't be super skinny and just thin. And I don't know who's bigger or smaller, but Angie, to me, she just looked better in it. Maybe because she was sitting down and you fill out when you sit down. I don't know. Angie she knows how to work it. She can wear anything. Her dress code is nice. She's great. So Brittany, but what we can compliment Brittany on was that hair, honey. Brittany was banging. Her makeup was amazing. She was bronzed up and contoured, and she looked good. She took Lisa's advice and went to Angie's and Sean's hair salon and got a KT treatment on her hair. And did y'all see that Lisa Barlow has the commercial for it? They was like, hey girl, why don't you be an ambassador? Let's get some of that money and we gonna share it. Thanks for the recommendation. Thanks for the shout out. Thanks for the, what do you call that? The shameless plug. Thank you. So Andy asked Brittany about her and Jared. Child. She said they've been broken up since June, but production shaded her and they typed on the screen after the reunion, they they went IG official dot 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 again. We are so sick of y'all, girl. Why don't you let Jared just use and abuse you in peace? Why do you always got to break up? But I get it. Maybe that makeup is so good. You look forward to the next makeup. But it's like, at this big age, it's tired. It's tired. And I'm not trying to throw no shade. Well, I am here to throw shade, right? But I'm not here to put no shade on the Osmond brand. But baby, we don't. I mean, okay. Maybe it's just a bigger thing in Utah. But I think I was in Vegas in October, and I believe Donnie was had a show on the strip. Was it at Caesar's Palace? Child, I think he was out there, but I don't think it was him and her, or was it? I don't remember. See, that's how removed I am. That they remind me of when I was growing up, like back in the early 80s, the late 70s. Well, am I telling my age? Okay. So the girls are telling her, girl, we saw y'all at Cliff's and the premiere party. And Mary was like, yeah, y'all was making out. And so she said, yeah, we were there as friends. Lying again. She says, why, the question was, why you break up? What happened this time? He's still talking to other women. I caught him deleting text messages and he said he wasn't going to do that, And so they're like, yeah, because, he never claimed you publicly. He talks bad about you on Twitter. And Brown had a lot to say about Jared. She thinks Brittany was only messing with him because of the name. And I'm like, okay, Osmond. I mean, okay, whatever. To who cares? They care, She said he has come for everyone in this group, calling everybody names. And, she said that describes himself. And they talk about his penis little. He even went in the DMs and cussed out Bronwyn for talking about his peen. And it was just something that someone told her. She was just repeating it. And of course, he came from Bronwyn and read her for filth. I'm just like, girl, the disrespect just is not going to make me open my legs for nobody. So we just had to cut ties because there's only so much you're going to get away with. And Brittany, you have put up with so much. And, you need to... You need to really get that checked. That man is love bombing you over and over and over and over, and you just put up with it. Why are you putting up with it? So she was unaware of the message he sent to Bronwyn, and she said, Brittany, she said she was embarrassed. You don't have to be embarrassed for him, girl. He is not your child. He's not your son. He's not your husband. You don't need to be embarrassed. Free yourself for this man. Free yourself from this man. So he claims he is the reason why Brittany got on the show. She said he did the show to support her. No. Okay. Well, why they didn't pick your butt to be on the show instead of her? Shoot, like, come on, bro. He came for her too on Twitter, and they broke up because of it, she said. And so she says that chapter is 1000% closed. Yeah, okay. So then they discussed Brittany not talking to her daughters. I'm like, dang, y'all getting into it. So Lisa says, yeah, this is a sensitive topic, So Brittany, has 2 daughters, and they started back talking every day after filming wrapped. The oldest is actually at the reunion with her right now. They're in New York, I believe. And so the oldest one, I think she's 19. Her name is Olivia. She's there. So being told that she puts her man before her children is her biggest regret. She has to live with that forever. Brown was like, yeah, I judged you very much because, I was a single mother and I put Gwen first. I passed opportunities, different men to date and things to do because I was the only one there for Gwen. Brittany tells Brown that she's the only one who knew why her and her daughters weren't talking. And instead of supporting her, she ghosted Brittany. And I was like, okay, what kind of support do you need from her? You're not talking to your daughters. What was she supposed to do? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What was she supposed to do? What kind of support do you need? She's supposed to tell you to text them, call them. Why don't you try? Why don't you do it again? Try again. Like, what kind of support do you want in that situation? I might be a little ignorant to that, but I don't know. Besties, if you have any opinions on how Brown could have supported Brittany while her daughters and her was not talking, I mean, girl, what? And so she also asked Braun when she was like, and why did you pour gasoline on the situation, and make it worse? You the one to have a personal connection. And I was like, personal connection? And it's like, yes, a personal connection. Brown's friends told her that Brittany and her kids are estranged and they have a tricky relationship, and the girls don't want to be talked about on the show. Well, baby, Brittany didn't get that memo because she talked about y'all. Yes, she did. She posted pictures and everything. I think that's how she got on this cast. We'll get to that. Brittany is putting the blame on Bronwyn because, in this group, nobody takes accountability. She said Bronwyn told her kids that Brittany never did Broadway. Because Brittany's supposed to be an actress and a dancer and a producer and a conductor and a janitor and a screenwriter yeah. So Brahman's friends told Brittany's daughters that Brittany said y'all are jealous of her and they broke up her marriage to her second husband and it's all the kids' fault. Now, what kind of friends would a grown woman, Bronwyn, because she's what, 39, 36, somewhere between there, late 30s, what kind of 30-year-old women would be talking to some children about some personal family matters between them and their mom? Like, I don't even know if I believe that, but we don't know. So Andy said this can't be Brown's fault because when you were casted on the show, you were already talking about your kids being estranged from your children. So Brittany was like, well, it was touch and go. So how was that Brown's fault? Because you were passing on information to them. See, not taking any accountability. So they replayed her casting video where she clearly says that she's not talking to her daughters. She said it was rocky. And she said she blaming Bronwyn for 6 months of the drama she went through. And then she said it was 3 months. So what is it, Brittany? Are you mad at Bronwyn because she prolonged your connection back with your daughters for 3 months or 6 months? Which one is it, liar? The next time she said it's going to be 1 month. Because when you lie, you just can't keep up. Okay, so Whitney and Bronwyn, they disagree. They're like, no, it's not Bronwyn's fault, and I don't agree either. So on to Meredith and her bat mitzvah. So they talk about how Mary was looking for the front door. She was looking for the entrance, and she going around the whole building peeking through the windows, and they all looking at her. And so Mary said, Andy, it was a lot of windows and doors. It was a lot. So then Heather elaborates on Angie bringing the bottle of wine to Brittany's prayer night. Baby, this was something, child. So Heather says that Brittany is living a double life. And I couldn't agree with her more because she said Brittany drinks and opens her legs. Brahman says she grew up Mormon. And she agrees with Heather. So she was telling her, girl, the way you act, I know you would know. You ain't Mormon. So Angie tells Brittany that she's not a true Mormon. Lisa agrees with Brittany. She gonna side with Brittany because Lisa want to do what she want to do. Well, of course you're gonna agree. You have a tequila line, Lisa the Mormon. You drink all the time. You have a tequila line. So Brittany says she lived her life how she wants. And I was like, well, that sounds like an adult, not a religion. because there's always rules to religions, okay? So then Angie says, I embrace my religion. Then she said, she cussed. She said, I embrace my religion every day, every effing day, 7 days a week, not just on Sundays. And it's like, Angie, how are you sitting here saying the F word and religion and embracing it all in one sentence? And I'm like, hello, Mary, you need to check your best friend. Hello, aren't you a pastor? Tell us what's really going on down at that church, Mama Sita. Uh-huh. So if a fan asked Meredith, did she realize that Angie never called Brittany okay, I can't say this word, a loose woman? Starts with an S, ends with a T, 4 letters. What did I say? Starts with an S, ends with a T, 4 letters, and L and U is in the middle. Okay, so Meredith was like, Brittany was upset, and she knows what Angie called her at Mary's house. Like they said it at the house. And then at the bat mitzvah, they getting back into it again. And she said it was just too much. And I was like, that's what she said. Angie, you can leave. Angie, you can leave. Angie, you can leave. And she did not want to leave. They had to go get security for Angie. Broward tells Brittany she says things to them, and when they mirror it back to her, it's a problem. That's how a lot of these women are in this group. So, example, you drink around us, and then you get mad when someone brings you a bottle. That was a good one, Broward. High five, girl. So next, when Brittany came clean about sleeping with Jared, Brittany felt relieved after saying it to the ladies. And so, she had been holding on to that trauma, and coming clean was good for her. She wasn't shame anymore. And Mary thinks she was just changing the subject, deflecting from being accused of recording them, because she just straight wasn't even addressing it. She said she didn't do it. She gave us like 4 or 5 different excuses. And then she just went and just broke down. You guys, I am sleeping with Jared. You talk about playing victim. You talk about deflection. You talk about all the words that I can't think of right now. So she said that to say, I didn't purposely record y'all, but this is what I had been lying about. So since y'all accusing me of lying, I just wanted to share what I was lying about. Girl, bye. So then they move on to Puerto Vallarta. Lisa explains why she put Brown in the other villa. And so she was pretty much saying, I was trying to give her the biggest room like the one I had, and I wasn't sharing mine. So I just put her in the next villa where she could get the biggest room. That was only 15 feet away. And, being that she had all those dog bites on her, she was like wanting to give her some comfort. So they asked, Broadway, like, what happened? Because Andy was like, wow, that was some bite. That was a lot. So they played, they replay I can't talk. They flashbacked to the bites, her arms, her leg. It was horrible. Oh, so what happened? She took her dogs to the dog park. Some random dog came in there, and he was just on one when he saw her, the dog, something. And the owner of the dogs left the dog unattended. He left the dog park, went to his car to make a phone call, and all this happened. And I think it was a rescue dog, so you're not sure where their trauma is coming from. So they asked, did you sue the owner or the foster home where the dog was? And she said, no, we didn't sue, but we paid for the dog to be seen and get some medical attention. And he had issues. And so they have him on a farm, away from people, away from dogs, and he's fine. And I'm like, Brahman, are you paying for that? Girl, that is some kind of rich. Now that is some kind of rich. So Angie and Lisa addressed the comment that Angie made about learning more about Bronwyn's marriage. She knows more about Bronwyn's marriage than she knows about Lisa's entire life. And I remember they were friends before Brown came around. Remember they used to talk on the phone every day for hours and hours. And so Lisa was like, well, I was trying to set it up where Brittany could be, comfortable enough to talk to you, and then y'all could have y'all resolve. But, you over there throwing jabs at me and coming for me, and I don't know where this was coming from because I thought we were better friends than this. So that's why she got up and left her own event, left her own dinner in Mexico. So Angie says, well, she's a lawyer. She should be able to talk to me and take me out. I'm just a beauty school student. And so Lisa said, wait, are you directing this towards me? And it's like, no, because you're not smart. Why would she be directing lawyer comments towards you? So Angie said, no, I'm telling you, she's educated. She should be able to sit me down and talk like a mature woman, unlike you, Lisa. That's me saying that. So Lisa said, I told you all of my feelings. We talked on the phone every day for 3 years. And she said, yeah, Lisa. But see, she said, Lisa definitely isn't phased. She's never phased about things until you talk about her. And then she just freaks out. You're a liar. Oh, no. So then Lisa and Brown, they going back and forth and back again, because Brown is really mad at Lisa. She is disappointed. She is hurt. And Lisa is going to ride for them grandparents. And she's just in her face like, okay, and all right, they house bigger than yours. And I don't think Lisa ever been over to Brown's house, right? No, just Heather and us. So Andy had the Bezos, Lisa and Brown so they could shut up. Then Meredith and Brittany go back and forth and back again about Meredith throwing up. Meredith is hollering at Brittany. She's like, you're a liar. Were you in my room? Were you in my room? Yo, you wasn't. You're a liar. You can leave. She didn't say that, but And so Brittany's like, you know what? When I was growing up, I had an eating disorder. So I would never, ever insinuate some stuff like that to shade you. Andy asked Brittany what excuse was true about the recording of the ladies on the bus, because she had 4 different excuses. She said, I was just simply trying to take a selfie for Olivia so I can send it to her later. And I had the phone this way and that way, and I turned the camera on and it was backwards. And then Angie just saw it and she just exposed me. So production ran the darn flashback, and she had been recording for like 24 seconds. And so she tried to blame it on production. And they like, wait, what? They only can record what they see, sweetheart. Ain't nobody lying on you. Here we go. Deflecting. So Andy says the group tripped out because of what they've been through, with Von Teese and Monica and Jen Shaw and all that stuff. So Lisa and Heather was like, yeah. They said, yeah. So Brittany was like, yeah, it was, torture, and she's still recovering from it. Like, you recovered from what? The recording on the bus? Oh. And they say that she is an attorney? Weird. Here go Mary. Say it happened and it's done. And hopefully you are too. I said, you better say it, Mary. She is such the voice of reason, right? When you need it, she gets right. She got perfect timing. Mary is brilliant. Mary, thank you for coming back. Thank you for making this season as stellar as it can be. Thank you, Mary M. Cosby. So then Mary tells Brittany that she's not honest and takes no accountability, and that's why she don't like her. Because Brittany was like, Mary, I like you, but you just don't like me. Because you ain't honest and you take no accountability. So Mary felt like Angie was being fake, when she ran after Brittany, and that made her mad, honey. We know that because she let it be known, honey. She was over there ignoring Angie when they was eating their pizza. Child, that was funny. That was a real moment. So then, child, we find out that Jen Shaw is calling Meredith from jail. I said, oh boy, y'all get ready. Season 7, Jen Shaw will be back. I bet you. I bet you. She's going to reclaim her throne. Boy, this is going to be a mess. And then maybe Monica should come back too. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So Whitney says, it's no different than me talking to Monica. Meredith said, I didn't seek Jen out to dig up mess on my friends. She took accountability. She served her time. She's serving her time, and she's paying restitution. With what, Meredith? What is she paying restitution with? The money she stole from the old people? She still got some left? What is she paying it with? Oh, she does have a husband, huh? We have heard nothing about him. Have y'all heard from the husband? What's his name? Sharif? What is that? What? I don't know. Well, good luck to him. What he up to, I wonder. I want to find out. So they all say how Jen Shaw traumatized them, and it was more traumatizing, way worse than Monica. Mary says she would never accept a call from Jen Shaw. I like how she kind of tells Mary, like, you doing bad, you wrong, you messing up. There you go. You on the wrong side again. And so Meredith is like, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, what is supposed to happen? You can't, And so Mary said, well, she lied. She lied. She lied until the last day, the last hour, the last minute. She lied in our faces, told us lying. So Meredith said, that's 100% true, but you don't believe in second chances, Pastor? She didn't say that. That's me. So Mary was like, I do, but she went too far. Like, she just went too far. So, she was like, so then they move on to Heather with having the group read the meanest text in their phone. The game that they played. Oh gosh, the burn game. And so Andy was saying how this game had mixed results. And he was like, Heather, what was your goal? And she was like, immersion therapy. We say these words that are weaponizing us, and we give these words power to other people that's within us, and we're hurting each other. And I just wanted to burn it. Mary says, not all of us. Y'all, the problem with y'all is y'all don't take accountability. And when you're wrong, you don't admit it. Because I don't spend my time finding fault in anyone else, not any of you. I don't do that. I'm too busy trying to see if my son is. Okay. Don't do that. Okay, I won't. Browen, how did you feel when Angie said your way to the top? Browen was like, well, I wish everybody agreed to burn things. Okay, tell us how you felt about that comment, though. She didn't. That's all she had. Heather and Mary. Oh, wait. Huh? Okay, so I guess Heather and Mary, Heather and Whitney, Browen and Angie. I don't know what I was doing right here, but someone was saying how the words lose their meaning. No, I think that was Andy saying that. Heather, Mary, Whitney. Oh, I guess he was saying because Heather was... Okay, we're going to move past that. So you got it. Words lose their meaning. I don't know why I wrote everybody's name down right here. It'll come to me. Okay, so Andy asked Lisa about bringing a third party into her bedroom, the rumor. So Whitney asked Lisa, why can't you burn it? I'm sorry for talking about your marriage. Why can't you burn it? Lisa said, because you keep doing it. You keep talking about it. You keep it up. You keep going with it. So Brahman tries to chime in and she's trying to go come for Lisa too. And so Whitney is hollering at this moment, stay out of this. I want to burn this with Lisa mother effing Barlow. It was like, what? Calm down. Stand down, Brahman. You about to get punched in the nose. Stand down and be quiet. We get it. You do not like Lisa. We get it. Oh, and so Whitney is like, Lisa, I could have said you was fake, phony, unaware, selfish, but I chose to talk about that because I knew it hurt you the most, and I'm sorry. Lisa go on her rant. Well, see, and you always, and you never say it, and you always say that, and you go around town and you say it, and they going, Lisa, that's not what. They going back and forth, and back again. Can't nobody hear. I'm not writing no notes because they just repetitive, repeating, and no one wants to apologize. Lisa is yelling, can I talk without you yelling? As she yells this across the room. Well, you're yelling. And so Whitney's like, burn it, burn it, burn it. And so Lisa's like, give me a minute to think. And I'm like, oh, we going to be here longer than a minute because thinking ain't your strong suit, Lisa. It's just not. Drinking water, besties. Then she telling Heather, then stop talking in my ear because Heather over there talking. I will do what I want to do. And I'm like, so you better talk your talk, ghetto Lisa. Lisa is ranting. Then Whitney decides she gonna get up and move and walk over to Lisa. And no. Whitney moved on to Meredith and said, well, can we repair us? And Meredith nods yes, because Lisa is still going off and she won't be able to be heard. Because the vocal fry, you won't be able to hear the vocal fry over the hollering and screaming. So Whitney finally quiets down. So here go Lisa. You guys have effed over me so many times that it's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to be myself. And growing up, I was one of 6 children and I was overlooked. And I could have been missing. And my parents wouldn't even notice. And Whitney, I gave you grace, and I'm not fake. I'm not fake. I'm a good person, and I'm a good friend. I protect myself. Me, John, Henry, Jack. Brown said, no, you're not a good friend to me. I said, Brown is not going to let Lisa live. Brown, I am just convinced Brown is not going to let Lisa live. And so Lisa says, Brown, why are you shaking your head? She said, because you just went in your phone and tried to burn me when we all agreed to stop. And Lisa tells her, you just need to talk to Emma. I said, not the jewelry lady that ain't got no job. Her phone cut off, Lisa. Shut up. You know that girl ain't got no job. So Whitney gets up and she walks over to where Lisa's sitting. And Heather, they moved down because she ended up sitting next to Lisa. Because I think Andy was like, sit down, you know. And so she gives Lisa the definition of fake. Lisa is calmer, but baby, Lisa's still putting the blame on Whitney. Whitney is sitting next to Lisa. They are still going back and forth and back again in a calmer voice. Andy like, okay. We ain't doing this. We're not doing this. Go sit back down. So Whitney gets up, and before she gets to her seat, she stops. And because I guess Andy asked her something. So she said, it's just not fair that she says, no, this is what Whitney said. Whitney said, it's not fair that I have to take all the accountability, but Lisa doesn't. So Lisa is still. So Whitney's like, oh, whatever. You've been having the same conversation all day. I was like, wow. So Heather tells Whitney, that she almost sealed the deal. You was just that close. And Andy is like, let's just agree that you guys are not going to get a resolution right now. You need more time. You guys need more time. And so Lisa's like, I just, you cool. And, and so Lisa's like, I love you, Whitney. She said three, I love you. Like, I love you. I love you. And so Whitney is just looking at her like, She could not say it back. This is a woman who is married and has 2 kids herself, and she could not. It was very slow. She was like, I have respect and I have love for you. And besties, when someone tells you they have love for you, is that the same as loving you? I got love for you. Is that the same? It just doesn't sound. It doesn't have the same. To me, it don't mean the same. It don't sound like it do. So Andy's like, okay, bump all this. We're done. Let's wrap up. It's a wrap. So let's do this. Since y'all said the worst things to each other, let's go ahead and say the best things to each other in closing. He told Brittany, go ahead, get up off the couch, go on, girl, bye. And so she's standing by, like she's standing right by the stage, so she can hear everything. So she says she should be out there, like she got stuff. She wants somebody to say something nice to her, like why she ain't out there. So Mary says to Heather, you're powerful, smart. You have a lot of love, but you just don't know who to give it to. Talking about Jen Shaw. Lisa to Whitney, you work hard, you're a great mom, you can be a great friend when you want to be, but and I wish you the best in all your businesses. Meredith to Angie and Sean, when you look pretty tonight, ditto, you too, Meredith. You're a good mom, you love your family, you're hardworking, you're successful, and they say you're a good friend, but I don't know, but by the looks of you and Mary, y'all seem like you could be a good friend. Angie to Meredith, lovely mom, beautiful. She's like, beautiful? You think I'm beautiful? She said, yeah, secretly I like you. Secretly? So Mary's like, well, Angie holds grudges. And so Angie had touched Mary on her thigh, like, be quiet. She was like, I'm working on it. Thank you, Mary. Browen to Heather. Always wanted to be friends with you because you're witty, you're intelligent. I envy your friendships with the other ladies, and you're a great parent. I love how you are raising your daughters and you're instilling the independence in them and all that good stuff, right? So Heather to Bronwyn. I understand your trauma and blah, blah, blah. And I wish we could connect and we would get along because we're single parents. And so I said, well, they're going to be friends next season. Whitney to Lisa, you got the best hair. I love your perfectionism. You love to get things done. And, when you want to be, you're a good friend. I miss your friendship. Well, thank you. You're welcome. Well, we're going to be friends. I guess we can. Okay, well, don't say this to me. Okay, we're not going to say that. Don't bring it up. Well, I won't say it anymore. If that's what you want me, if that's what burden is, then I won't bring it up anymore. Please don't, because if you do, what you going to do? We're going to be back at it. Okay, bet. And so Andy does his to Mary when it should have been Meredith. He said, Mary, you showed your heart this season. You are a great mother. You have guided your son. You're compassionate. You meet people where they are. You don't judge. You're funny as HELL. You're understanding, and you're just a great person, And she's crying. She said, oh, Andy, that was too good. That was too good. Meanwhile, Brittany is back there talking about, well, I want someone to say something about me too. And I'm like, girl, you better be happy they brought you some beer. So, they did a toast with the beer because remember they went to Milwaukee and Mary loved one of the types of Bud, what was it, Miller Lite? So they toasted, they had the big mugs and, the ladies are being ladies. So they're like, Angie was like, do we have to drink all of it? And Angie's like, no. And he go, Mary, well, do we have a straw? Will it be extra cold? It's like, well, you just drink it and so we can go. And so y'all can get ready to film season 6, please. Because the reviews are going to be dried up a little bit, y'all. Let's talk about this for a minute. So we know that Love During Lockup has ended, so I will be doing crime stories that start tomorrow, and then we go into Love After Lockup. That's fine. But all these, Potomac is reunion starts in 2 weeks. Nothing comes on this weekend. Married to Medicine and Potomac will not be airing because of the Super Bowl. And I guess Love and Marriage Huntsville Part 2 of their reunion will air Saturday. Well, they'll be done in 2 weeks. So I'll have my Saturdays back to myself. So then Potomac is going to be done by March. And so by then, I guess Married to Medicine will almost be wrapping up. And I do know Housewives is coming back. But in like March or April, I'm only going to be having Housewives and Love During Lockup. Like, what am I going to do? What are y'all watching? Should I start something else? Let me know down in the comments. What are you watching? What should I be reviewing? Well, besties, that's it. Stellar season. I think we don't need to switch up the cast, bring everybody back, keep everything the same. Maybe a little Monica. I always keep saying that. Bring a little Monica back because her story, we got some ends to tie up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it was great. I hope for a great season 6, besties. And I'll be back with another review. Bye, besties.